I'm Alicia Harvey from the Coconut Grove Craft Market. I'm happy that the pier has reopened because it helps me to make money for my family and myself.
I am the pedicab tour operator, manager, supervisor. I'm from Falmouth, so I was able to be here in Ocho for the reopen of the port that was closed for almost 2 years. And we're grateful that we're having work so we could maintain our livelihood so far.
We're glad for it to open back because we are, we're glad that we are back again, entertaining the tourists and so on, and everything in order again, like everything, and we have no problem with nothing.
My name is Jermaine Morgan, tour operator from the Ocho cruise ship here. And of course, I must tell you that we are extremely grateful for the reopening of the pier. As you know, it closed down for about 20 months. But since the reopen yesterday, we are grateful for this.
Very pleased today to have a special partner who has been with us since the beginning of our cruise industry here on Carnival to be with us. And it means a lot to us that the ship, we like to call it the one with the red top ship. A special treat for the people here because the guests patronize, aside from the attractions, all the craft vendors and so on.
I am truly happy that our first ship, the Carnival Corporation ship that came into the port, was a Carnival Corporation ship called America Line, but then Carnival Cruise Line is here again today.
HurricaneMelissa is open for business. We are so open for business that we have the inbound merchants out there. We have the cruise ship attractions out there. We have the local craft vendors out there.
But what this has done has indeed restored hope. And I want to thank our partners from Carnival Cruise Lines for not just helping us to restore hope. We are thankful for contributions that have already been made and those that are to come.
I want to address something that has been weighing heavily on my heart ever since I came to Jamaica and started sharing what's happening in Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. A few people have been attacking, discouraging, and even shaming me and others for coming to Jamaica right now. But let me tell you this, rebuilding does not happen in silence. And it does not happen by staying away. Jamaica relies on tourism. Real people's livelihoods depend on visitors showing up, buying from vendors, booking tours, and putting money directly into the hands of families who lost so much. When you walk through communities, you'll see the truth for yourself. The vendors are grateful to make even a little right now, because every sale helps them to start again. The fishermen, the craft sellers, the cooks, the drivers, these people are feeling the weight of this disaster. and they will tell you themselves that having visitors is a blessing, not a burden. Yet, some of you who are sitting comfortably behind screens, do nothing to help, feel the need to tear down anyone who is trying to do something. You want to police how others show support, but you are not the ones on the ground helping and seeing the devastation that these people are going through. The people who truly need help are not the ones arguing online. They don't have stable internet. Some don't even have power or water right now. They are not on social media writing essays. They are outside trying to piece their lives back together, one day at a time. So let me be very clear. I will not stop sharing, supporting, or amplifying Jamaica's voice. Not now, not after I leave, not ever. If my platform can even bring one extra booking, one extra customer, or one extra donation that helps someone feed their family or rebuild their home, then I'm doing exactly what I came here to do. This is not the time to discourage. This is the time to uplift. If you can't help, at least don't stand in the way of those who are trying to help. Jamaica needs support, not silence, and I will stand with Jamaica to the end. And let me say this plainly as possible. Supporting Jamaica right now does not mean pretending everything is okay. It means acknowledging the damage, acknowledging the pain, and still choosing to uplift the people who are trying to survive through it. There's a big difference between spreading awareness and spreading fear. When you tell people don't go to Jamaica, you are not helping anyone. You are actually hurting the same people you claim to care about. Do you know how many people have lost their job? Do you know how many businesses have had to close? These people are asking for an opportunity. They are asking for a chance to work, to earn, and to rebuild with dignity. Tourism is not a luxury here. It's a backbone. It keeps food on the table. It keeps children in school. It keeps small businesses alive. So when you discourage visitors, whether intentionally or not, you are taking away real income from real families. And that is something I refuse to be part of. My content is not exploitation. It's exposure. It's representation. It's standing with people who are often invincible to the world until a crisis happens. If sharing their stories and showing the reality on the ground brings even a little hope, a little economic movement, then I will continue as long as it takes. I also want people to understand that social media is not the full picture. What you see online is only a fraction of what's happening on the ground. The conversations I have with locals, the gratitude they express, the hope in their voices when they say, at least you can earn something today. Those moments don't always make it to the camera, but they are real. They are powerful, and they are the reason I keep showing up. It's easy to criticize from afar. It is easy to say, don't do this, don't do that, when you are not the one walking through these places, when you are not the one being told that businesses has been slow for days, when you are not one whose home was damaged or whose job was affected. The people doing the most complaining online are usually the people doing the least helping. Meanwhile, the ones who truly need support are focusing on survival, not argument. So I'm not here to debate anyone. I'm here to stand with Jamaica in action, not in words. And finally, I want to speak directly to those people who are trying to shame or silence those of us who chose to support Jamaica openly. Your negativity will not stop anything. You can question my intentions, you can question my content or my presence here, but what you cannot deny is the reality on the ground. What you cannot deny is that every dollar spent here helps someone. What you cannot deny is that sharing information brings visibility, and visibility brings support. I'm not here to place the internet. I'm here to help where I can. I have seen devastation with my own eyes. I have talked to people who have no water, no electricity, no communication for days. And if my platform can amplify their voices when theirs cannot be heard, then I'm doing the right thing. I will continue to highlight the beauty of this country, the resilience of its people, and help that is needed. Jamaica is strong, but strength thrives where there is support. So to anyone who is discouraged or afraid of the noise online, block out the noise and look at the needs. Jamaica will rise again, but only if we allow people to contribute instead of scaring them away. I stand with Jamaica today, tomorrow, and long after I leave, and nothing on the internet will change that.